Thanks for joining the live stream, Arm Wrestling fans. East versus West 25, Batumi, Georgia is only 10 days away from now. And to discuss the matches of that event and many other interesting topics with us, we have today the Indian national champion from 2025, Dara Singh Handa.
Thank you so much for the invite, Pradeep. And it'll be fun to discuss all the East versus West matches. And I'm also the champion this year also. Don't forget that. Though on left.
Left, yeah, left.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, Dara, a quick introduction apart from you are a champion this year also that the viewers already know.
Okay.
A little bit more details about you
Okay.
for the audience.
Yeah. So I'm basically how I would like to tell about myself is that I am more into arm wrestling than anything else as of now for last few years. But otherwise, I am an online coach. I have done a lot of coaching. I have coached over 1,500 clients all over the world, which includes a transformation basic from making someone uh, fat to fit, or for someone getting someone ready for powerlifting competitions or bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding competitions. I only work with natural athletes, being natural myself. So that has been my first that's what I have done. And for last few years I have dedicated myself to arm wrestling more than anything. So that's how I would like to tell about myself. And I am an arm wrestling fanatic. That's what I would like to
that the viewers will get to know surely during this live stream. Where have you coached those 1,500 people?
Okay, so I was working with a company called Fitter. It's now it's a very big company, and it has its own app, and it's you can also download it. I have had international clients also, but they are basically for improving their lifestyle. That's all. So I was working with them, and now I'm not currently taking clients through that app. But yeah, I'm more focusing on arm wrestling and general clients more now.
Okay, I've put Dara Singh's link in the description. You can contact him if you want to get fat to fit or fit to fat in like my case. For that, Dara won't help you, I guess. But and also for your arm wrestling journey, because within a few years, I guess, how many years did it take you to become national champion in India?
I won my first national championship. It was in 22 on left. So I am a lefty. I'm a left-handed guy. So the first gold I won was in 22, and I got very serious in arm wrestling from 20. But I played my first nationals in 19 and directly then in 22. So when I played in 2019, I knew nothing about arm wrestling. I went down the stage and I asked the referee, "How should I grip? Should I grip it tight or loose?" That was my question. So that's how much I knew about arm wrestling at that time.
Yeah. Was it also the same tournament that I was also there? I guess in Delhi
Yeah,
it
of
was a
course.
tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
It was my first tournament also.
Yeah.
But I think,
So I'm sure you have similar stories too. You might have done some mess ups there.
yeah, my journey started and ended quite quickly within a year.
No, we are
Yeah.
hopeful to get you back on table.
Let's see. Let's see. As of now, that is not the priority. So East versus West 25. How does an Indian arm wrestling fan or an Indian arm wrestler follow international matchups like these?
Uh, so, for people who do not know, India, in my opinion, India has one of the biggest fan base for arm wrestling as of now. Considering the population, if we go by numbers, I don't think there might be as many fans as India has in any other part of the world. Many of them, due to the language issues or other issues, may not be following the international arm wrestling scene equally, but still they are following way too much. And I'm sure many of them still know about how East versus West is doing and what all matches are happening there. And of course, I don't know the numbers, but surely a lot of pay-per-views are bought in India as of now.
Yeah. I sometimes say that there are many countries, when we compare their population to the number of arm wrestling fans in India, it might be close.
Of course, of
Like
course.
there are.
So Yeah, yeah. So if we go by some players who are very famous in India, and they may be the top players or may not be the top players, but some top players like Denick, the number of views the reels get, the reel get may not be as much as the other top world class players get.
I
That's
think
how much.
I think it can be as much as them. Like there was a reel where Danik is calling out Ustinov and Ustinov is responding on his page. Both of those have like 60,000 likes on Instagram. I don't think there
Yeah,
is any other arm wrestler in the world who can upload a call out video and that will get like 60,000 likes.
yeah, yeah. So that is how much potential India has, and soon we are going to show that on world stage also. It's not too long
Soon,
before the world championship happens here.
October and November. We will surely talk about that as well. But
Yeah, yeah.
before that, let's get into East versus West. I'll quickly share my screen for you, Dara, and also for the viewers. Tell me which match excites you the most on this card.
Considering the prelims,
Let's start with the prelims. We have Ryan Bellinger
Vlad
versus Zurab
versus
Taubaridze.
Popper. Okay, okay. Yeah, I want to see Zurab back in his top condition once again. He's amongst the very few brave people who have actually had their arm broken and still have managed to come back to the sport. Many people, it is not for the weak-hearted guys, right? It is not for everyone to see their arm getting almost, or not almost. He actually broke it, so it was in two pieces. His humerus bone, and then he came back. He's fighting on the big stage, so I'm a big supporter of Zurab now, and I want him to do great here. I want his that open. You know, my style is also that. I rely too much on my side pressure, and I want Zurab to do good now.
I was just about to say that if you're wondering how Dara Singh arm wrestles, like it is exactly the same as Zurab Taubaridze. That's his
Yeah,
style. Yeah,
and
both
whoever
outs,
thinks
both
that
outs.
that is the reason he got injured, it's not that. It is just a bad day, bad time. Things happen.
Yeah. So I think Dara that Zurab has been facing opponents who are trying to run away from him, and in this match, I think it will be one of the few times where the opponent will go where he wants to go, and beating
Exactly.
Zurab there is going to be exceptionally difficult.
Yeah, exceptionally difficult. Especially when Zurab, see, after his injury, he's coming back to form. He's building step by step. And before that injury, if you remember what he did at AMC, he was literally without his wrist. He was pinning guys. He was not even concerned about his wrist, and he was just directly side pressuring guys through the center. So that is where we see, and someone who's going to challenge Zurab at the center inside in the inside game. I don't think that's an easy task. So all the best to the other guy.
American, yeah. I remember when even John Brzezinski was arm wrestling Zurab inside. There were moments where he had to go for a top roll, and then Zurab was able to like kind of push John away to get a
Yeah,
couple of rounds on fouls.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Vala Ichkiti versus Tim Talmadge. Of course, I've seen both of them arm wrestle, but I have no idea who the stronger guy is.
Yeah.
Vala, I would assume Vala may be too strong. I think Vala is Italian, if I'm correct.
I do not I do not know much about them, so this is more of a surprise match for me. I do not know how
Mm.
it will go. I haven't seen much of matches,
Mm.
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see.
I'm going to take some blame for that. I'm highly unprofessional. I didn't even let Dara know what the topic of this live stream is going to be up until like 15 minutes ago. So it's on me. It's on me. Then we have
No, but
Vladislav.
I'll take this on me too, because being an arm wrestling fan, I should know each and everything. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but these are prelim matches anyways. They will be free to watch. Vladislav Krosovskis versus Artem Popov. I've never seen Artem Popov arm wrestle, to be honest. Vlad, the Destroyer, last event got destroyed by Manifester, but then we got to know how strong Manifester truly is, so we cannot really judge too much from that. So I'm going to go with
you might have seen Popov in World Championship. Popov
in which
plays
category?
at World Champ. Probably where did he play? I'm not sure, but he played in 85, I guess. 80 or
Okay,
85.
yeah,
I'm not
this is
sure.
also going to be an 85 kg match. Anyways,
Yeah. So he played there, and he's a very good player. I know him, and I have followed him, and he's a tall guy. And
Okay.
considering Vlad is a shorter one with a smaller arm length.
Hmm.
So I think Vlad, with his a very unique combination of being a top roller more while having a shorter arm, is an exception. But still, I would say Popov it might be a problem for Vlad.
Right. Now let's move up to the main event. We have Paul Lin versus Eldar Bubenko. Paul, we have seen him multiple times at
Yeah,
East versus West. He didn't compete in the past few months because he was busy with the football season. He's a coach in USA.
yeah.
And Eldar Bubenko from Russia. Apparently, he's Vitaly Leletin's coach. And Eldar, we have seen some delivering some good performances in Russia. At GVW, he had a match with Ryan Bowen, which, in my opinion, he won kind of convincingly at least a couple of rounds. And
Yeah, yeah, it was quite
but it
convincing.
it wasn't
Yeah.
one side. It wasn't one sided.
Of course
So
not. Of course not.
yeah, that can give us some perspective as to where his level is. And
He's a freakish strong guy, in my opinion.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. And he's
I'm not
getting
sure,
bigger.
but I've
He looks
seen one
bigger.
video wherein he was pronating 50 kg easily. Was he him or someone else? But he was lifting very heavy weights, pronating or something. I don't remember if it was
Okay.
him, but mostly it was him. And he's a freakish strong guy, in my opinion. And yeah, for Paul Lane, who's a very inside committed guy, someone like Eldar would be a good matchup. I want to see Paulin coming back. I guess the last match he had was with Bogdan Stoica. After that, he
Yep.
didn't have a match, right? So
No.
we want to see Paul Lynn coming back in form the way he was there against, let's say, Sasho Andreev and that kind of form. And
Yeah.
but Eldar, he's a very strong guy. That's what I think.
Yeah,
It is going to be a tough match.
we would have to guess that Paul should be the favorite because yes, we have seen Paul lose to guys like Rustam Babayev, Irakli Zirakashvili, Bogdan Stoica, but they are literally the few of the top 5 guys in the world at 95 kg.
Yeah, yeah. And he
And
still
that's who
has a
Paul loses
pin
to.
on this guy, I guess. No, he stopped.
Stoica.
No, probably Rustam Babayev one match. In
Yeah.
the first match he had with Paul, he got injured. Yeah.
Yeah, first Paul won, then Rustam came back and beat him.
Then Rustam came back and defeated. Yeah. So he
Hmm.
gave a convincing fight to someone like Rustam Babayev, who's known for his crazy inside commitment. I would
Hmm.
say you can't. Of course, he has to be the favorite. And Eldar has
Yeah.
to make his mark in East versus West. Coming probably this is his first match in East versus West.
I think
Eldar,
so, yes.
yeah, it's his first match in my opinion. Yeah,
Hmm.
so it's a crazy match, but yeah,
Yep.
I wouldn't say it's one-sided still,
Hmm.
considering what I've seen of Eldar.
Then I love to see this match. I in fact suggested Adam Borzinski versus Sasho Andreev, but apparently Sasho is not willing to cut to 85 kilos anymore. I think Borzinski versus Sasho would have been an amazing match. This is
Of
one match
course.
where it if Nordalat is able to flash pin Borzinski like he did at at Worlds last year, then
Yeah.
he's going to win one sided. But if he couldn't, if the match stops anywhere, then I guess
Yeah,
Warzinski
yeah.
is like all going to be almost unbeatable.
What Adam has shown us in last few months is crazy. The way he handled Sanders, the
Yeah.
way what he showed us at last World Championship, it's like way too much. I mean, no one
Mm.
expected Adam to rise up ranks so fast. He has always
Yeah.
been that good, but directly coming to Worlds and then giving such a almost he defeat probably Eder Khan won by fouls, I guess. Adam had fouls, that's
Yeah.
when Eder Khan won. So it
Elbow
wasn't a
coming up
pin.
front.
So still he was not able to pin. And considering Adam's style, he has all the matches are long. He hardly has a quick pin, right?
Yeah.
So he is very good at endurance. So I would say Eder Khan has to use his super fast pins. Otherwise, it'll be a tough job for him.
Yeah. I agree. And I was also saying the same thing that maybe Nurdolat had some easy matches because he's a fast top roller, and Adam, of course, had long matches. But a couple of days ago, Engin corrected me on his channel, and he was telling me that Nurdolat also had a couple of a 2 minute long match. So So they both were not fresh in the finals, and yet Adar Khan was able to flash pin. But
I think Popov was here in this category only. I'm
okay,
not
okay,
sure.
yeah,
I may be wrong. Yeah,
makes
maybe
sense.
someone can correct in the comments if it's there. But yeah,
Yeah. So in a super match format, although Nurdalat almost beat Samushia, I would still go with Wardzinski in this match because I think Wardzinski's wrist curl, his ability to catch a top roller is definitely better than David Samushia. Samushia is someone who kind of lets his wrist go and then he can
yeah,
arm wrestle there as well. So I think
yeah,
Wardzinski at some point will be able to catch Nurdalat in a hook and then beat him. I think Gabriela is still a little too much for anyone except Barbora. So Irina Drieva, although the Turkish lady, she has done amazing stuff at WAF. I don't
yeah.
think she'll be able to beat Gabriela on the
Yeah,
1st
wherever
of
Gabby
August.
is there, it is difficult to choose someone else unless it's
Yeah,
Barbara. That's what I had to say.
yeah. Let's move quickly up. Then we have Krasi versus
Wow.
Nugo. For some reason, I think you'll be excited about this match.
Yes, yes, I am. Because there are high chances. No, what high chances? It is going to go inside. So it is going to be completely a hook battle. And that's what I want to see. Krasi, what Krasi was there 1.5 year ago, it's not, now it is not the same Krasi, I guess. Krasi has
Hmm.
improved now. I don't know
Okay.
why Krasi's level was not up to the mark for last few East versus West matches of his. But I think Krasi is back now. And we want to see that crazy committed Krasi who used to hold even the Levan, not this Levan, but the Levan of 2017 and 16. But yeah, I think Krasi can give a very tough fight to Nugo, and Nugo is crazy, man. Whenever Nugo is there, you have to that it is going to be an entertaining match. So Krasi versus Nugo, a hook battle. Uh, this might be a surprise, but I still think Krasi might do give him a difficult time.
So
Now,
you said this will surely go in a hook. Why would you say so? Don't you think Nugo can just take Krasi's wrist?
no, no. Now I think uh, Krasi. So if you have you seen Krasi's match at I guess GBW against the Lohan guy, tall guy, yeah. Krasi didn't.
Tortiev, Georgi Tortiev.
Totev, yeah, Totev.
Yeah.
So considering his leverage disadvantage and everything, Krasi just pulled him like that.
Yeah.
It was way too easy for him. So
Mm.
the weakest point of Krasi for last 2 years was his wrist. It was going like anything, but now probably he
Mm.
has worked on it. And considering he won't have the same leverage disadvantage with Nugo, I think there's a high probability that the match is going to go inside.
Right. But yeah, I remember that match and like the hook was super easy. It looked like almost Krasi was also surprised how easily he hooked Tortiev, who's a very tall, like 6'6" top roller, and he goes on the defensive too to prevent
Yeah,
the
and he was
pronation is willing.
completely.
Yeah,
Yeah, throughout the match
yeah,
he was in control, and
yeah.
people may not understand this, but cooking someone who has very high leverage and a low hand is very difficult. Razi was doing it very easily. It was a cakewalk for him.
Mm.
So I think
But
his wrist is back.
but still, I would say like the level from Georgi Tortiev to Nugo Shikadze is quite different.
The reason I'm saying this because there's a leverage difference also. Nuvo is someone who has very short hand, so
Hmm.
Krazi can get past his hand if he tries to,
Hmm.
while gripping up, which gives him a bit of mechanical advantage to cup,
Yeah.
which he did not have
Uh,
with Totev, and still he managed to cup him.
right. I don't exactly remember which worlds or Europeans it was, and of course I don't know if Karasi was tired or not. But at
He
one of the
dominated.
WAF
Yeah,
championships, yeah,
23,
yeah,
23 or 24.
Nugo easily
Yeah,
flopped Karasi's wrist.
easy.
Yeah,
And
but
that was
now
the
you're
time
saying
when
he's different.
Krasi was having major problems with his wrist. He was losing matches at East versus West also, if you remember.
Hmm. Right, right. I
Yeah,
do
so
remember.
from that time, I think Krasi has improved. And Nugo in that World Championship, it was 23, if I'm not wrong. So at that time, Nugo just took him like nothing. Krasi had a I mean, at the end of the match, Krasi was like way too strong kind of expression he had on his face.
Right.
Yeah, but this Krasi, I don't think it'll be that easy for Nubo. Not saying he'll like go through Nubo. Yeah, if if I may have come sounding like that, but I'm saying that he still has some chances. It won't be the match that they had back in 23,
Right. Right.
24, 23. Yeah.
And we have Ibrahim Sagov versus Jordan Sonev. I think there is only one way this match is going, and it is going to be a long, long hook war. Like Sagov, I see him pressing, and maybe Jordan catches him somewhere down, and then he slowly brings him back. But this is one of those endurance battles where I won't be surprised even if after like 3 long battles in the fourth round, Sagov is still able to like flash press him to the pad. I think he has that kind of speed and experience in that move.
Yeah. If you observe closely, Jordan Sonev has one of the best defense against press. Not many
Yeah.
people, like hardly I've seen him. Very good pressers also going through him easily,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even commits with his center line. He lets his hand go, and still he has very strong commitment outside. Like even when
Mm.
his center line is gone. So
Right.
if I think if Ibrahim has to press
Sagov.
him, I don't think it would happen in the initial rounds. It has to be long, long matches, and then finally, after 2, 3 matches, we might see a press directly. Otherwise, long battle. Whoever has more endurance will end up winning. I don't. There are no favorites in this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the thing that you were talking about earlier, I saw that I do remember that I, at Worlds, Reno was like trying to, or Europeans, Reno was trying to press him, and he was like all over his shoulder and still like in the fully open bicep position. Jordan was able to hold him near the pin pad.
He has a crazy defense against press.
Hmm. Yeah, Prudnik also left-handed match at East versus West. Prudnik brought him to the winning side, and then
Yeah,
he like
yeah,
completely jumped on top of him with his shoulder tricep press. Like he
yes,
tried,
yes,
he kept trying, and the arm didn't
yeah,
go down.
yeah.
Yeah.
He has some crazy defense against press. His pronation doesn't go once he is locked in hook.
Mhm. And the big match, I am personally, I wouldn't say most excited about this match, but I love these guys. The way they are promoting this match. I'm talking about Georgy Svetkov and Kamil Jablonski. Like
Yeah,
they have personally, professionally taken over the promotional side of this East versus West event, and they're doing a better job than anyone else.
yeah, and Georgi has lately become very vocal, and he has made a lot of comments about many players, and that's fun to watch, in fact. But
Yeah.
uh, what I've seen with Georgi is he always takes, like, I don't think there's any match wherein Georgi hasn't taken other players' hand, right? But somehow he's
Mhm.
not able to finish them,
Yeah.
and that's where I think the center line defense of Kamil is on another level. You remember the match between Georgi and Jerry?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Georgi got everything and still wasn't able to finish at the end, right?
Right. Right.
So that is where Georgi, I don't know what he might have developed something or the other, but considering the longer the match goes, I think Kamil can finish it off better.
Hmm. But in that, you since you mentioned the Jerry match, Kamil himself has said that I do not have that kind of defensive stop in a flop press like Jerry has. So Kamil himself said that if the match goes to that position, he is going to lose for sure. But he doesn't think that the match is going to go there. And the exact thing that you were talking about, the center line defense, Kamil is almost always going to be on the offensive unless you are a hooker like Ivan
Yeah,
Matushenko
yeah,
or David Dadikian.
yeah. So Kamil has that center commitment way more than Jerry. He's completely towards his side and pressing the other person here. Whereas Jerry is okay here also in a
Hmm.
quite externally rotated position, and still uh, he can play. But Kamil, he's going to be committed. He's going to tire off. There might be a lot of elbow fouls also in this match. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgi will be stuck in this position,
Yeah,
and then
and then he might
then
end
maybe
up
Kamil
pulling
is
his elbow back.
trying to come forward and Georgi is
Yeah,
trying to go back.
But it is a
that they
long battle for sure.
there are always fouls in these top roll, open top roll versus press matches,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I'm quite sure you love the Kings movers.
Yeah, I love them. I love them. One day I'm going to have that King's move also. You know that I have this bone lock. So one day
Yeah.
I'm going to transfer it into a King's
Yeah.
move, and I'm going to give them the taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. Dara in many of the matches, which in the subsequent live streams, which I'm sure we are going to see on this channel, Dara got into some trouble. He won the matches too, but he got into some trouble during the matches because of the King's mover and stuff. And the way you deal with that stuff is that I'm also going to become a King's mover. That's the
That's
spirit.
how you need to have that positive outlook towards life.
Yeah,
I'm going to give them back.
right. So, who do you see this match winning?
Come in.
Yeah, I also think so. I don't see any way how, like, I'm just thinking like a complete beginner doing the basic math of arm wrestling, which people don't really like too much, especially the experienced arm wrestlers. The basic math says that if Kalinishenko with his flop press is able to get Georgi like a couple of inches above the pad, Kamil is stronger everywhere. Not
The
in the
way
top roll, but I
Kamil
don't think there
handled
was much top
Michael.
roll going on there.
Yeah, yeah. Kamil was very impressive against Michael. The commitment
Yeah.
he showed and staying in that position, he went on pulling back when it was necessary, then putting his body weight there and staying there. Then when he got a chance, he pulled back again, and then that was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It was a like he has given a proper illustration for anyone who wants to beat Michael's style with the
Yep.
press. That's how you have to do.
Yeah.
He has given a proper set. You have to just copy it. It will work. Of course, you
Mm.
need to have that strength.
Yeah, and you need to be a presser. Like you have to be a
Yeah,
presser to be able to do that. You cannot be like
yeah,
I'm going to develop a press for this match and going to do this to Michael. It
yeah,
won't
yeah,
happen.
yeah. No, it's not possible. It's not
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
The only thing you
Because
need to have that commitment.
yeah, because Hermes Gasparini has a very powerful press, but he's not a presser. So
Yeah,
when he was pressing Michael, he would go there and he would press just for a second. And if it didn't work, he would immediately come back. Then he'll press for a second, not more than
yeah,
that. If you want to
yeah.
stay there, you have to be pressing for the past 20 years. Only then you can stay there.
Yeah, that's when you'll have all those neural adaptations, and you can commit all the joints together and stay there, go on doing that, and still be
Mm,
okay with it. Many people, it'll be like it might look dangerous for many people to just be
mm,
there for so long and
yeah,
still letting people hit in a bone lock position.
yeah. So I know some people may think about my example of the comparison that I made, the Kalinichenko versus Georgi match and this upcoming match between Kamil and Georgi. And the example that they can compare this to will be the Hermes Gasparini match. So Gasparini in the first match was able to press because he started with the top rolls. He started with back pressure, stopped Levan, and then he went for a press. If he went for a, which he did, he went for a press straight away. It didn't work. But I don't think that example that I don't think that's how this match is going to play out when we compare it with the Kalinichenko versus Georgi match that we saw. So I
Yeah,
also think Georgi is going to lose this match, and I would say Kamil wins 3-0. Let's start with the next one. Now we got the title matches. First one is
yeah.
Prokopchuk versus Vashagan, and we have to go with Prokopchuk. Although he has not really been competing on the left arm in this category, but
But
still he is the champion.
he is the champion of left, and I love Prokopchuk. The, especially on left, I haven't seen. Has he lost even one match on left? I don't think so.
No, no, I don't think he has even lost a round, but he may have competed only like twice at East versus West.
Yeah, he competed against, I guess, uh, uh, who's that Armenian champion? Shardian.
No. Amil Amir Shadian. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. I think so.
Shardian. Amil Shardian. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. Yeah.
But he handled him very easily.
Yeah.
Though before like past world championship, they had a good fight like years ago. But now
Hmm.
it was way too easy for him. So I would still give him like more chances of winning. Prokopchuk,
Hmm.
I don't know. Considering I cannot pronounce his name properly, but I do follow him.
Yeah.
The opponent. What's his?
Washagan. I think he competed at GBW too, and I think he won his match
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It was
He
long
competed again.
match.
Yeah. It was a good match against a Georgian guy, I
Gocha.
guess.
Gocha. Yeah.
Wasn't he Georgian? He was Georgian, right?
Yeah. Georgian. Yeah.
Yeah, against a Georgian guy, and it was a good match. And he also has a very good like commitment, the way joint commitment, the way Prokopchuk has. But still, if the match has to go to joint commitment, I don't think everyone can stand against Prokopchuk. He just goes on and stays there with the joint for longer than the other person can in most of the cases, unless it's someone
Right.
like Arthur Makarov.
Yeah. Then we have Oleg Zok versus Luka Sinadze. I don't have much to say about this match except Luka, I think, has a good hook, but he has to force the hook on Oleg, and that's the only way he's going to win this match. Nobody in
Probably,
this world is top
yeah.
rolling
We have
Oleg.
we have seen him getting hooked only once,
Yeah.
and that was against the
Bethkili?
95 kg George. Yeah, Bethkili Onyani.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we if we keep that apart, I haven't seen him getting hooked. Forget about getting hooked. I haven't seen his wrist. No, anyone being able to enter here.
Hmm.
I don't know. Even straightening his wrist is difficult that way. Otherwise, Oleg Zog is always somewhere. He has his pronation. Have you ever seen Oleg Zog's wrist being bent back?
No.
I haven't seen in
Even
any
today,
match.
I don't think anyone, anyone up to 95 kilo can take his wrist. I don't think there is anyone, even in the 95
Can
kg
we say?
category, who can take his wrist.
Yeah.
Even
In
if we
that
go
way, can we say
back to
he's untop rollable?
2013, yes, surely, I can guarantee that. And if we go
Yeah.
back to like even back to 2013, when he was just like 20 years old, Devon Laird beat him in a super match. Devon couldn't top roll him. He was like all the time Devon
Yes.
had to hook him and beat him.
Yeah. It's
So
not
the
possible.
wrist
I don't
doesn't
think
go
so.
back.
Anyone has top rolled him.
Yeah. Only against the top guys, maybe like back in the day, Pushkar may have top rolled him, and against Dennis,
Yeah.
like Dennis just goes sideways. Dennis was so
They
strong
were
at that
literally
time.
like
Like,
50 kg above his weight. 50 kg more
yeah,
than him.
yeah. So other than them, I don't remember anyone top rolling. Like the famous practice pull that he had after Zloty or after the, no, I don't think it was the top eight event. It was Zloty event, 2017 or whatever it was. The practice pull between Levan and Oleg Zok. So initially Oleg was pinning Levan, and they were going like really hard, like almost all out against each other. Then Levan also started pinning Oleg. I don't remember how Levan pinned him, but it was cool. That practice pull was cool between these two.
Oleg, before 2017, he was a
Yeah.
monster. He might have
Let's
taken
talk.
down
Yeah.
so many monsters, right?
Mhm. Yeah. I think at that time he was like surely the top three guy in the world behind Dennis and maybe Levan. Surely number three in the world. He already started beating Pushkar by then.
I
So the
wonder
main event
if
we
he has
have
been that good.
Vitali.
Okay, continue. Yeah.
What? No,
I
no.
wonder
What did you
if
say? I
Oleg
missed
would
it.
have stayed around that. I mean, the accident wouldn't have happened. Maybe one day Alizan
Hmm.
versus Oleg we could have seen in that case. Yeah.
No. I think Alijan's style hook, he would have beaten Oleg easily. I think pretty. I
Yeah,
I
but
think Ivan Mertishenko may have beaten Oleg. Maybe there was some match between them someday. I don't remember. But even back in the day, I would have favored Ivan over Oleg Zok, just because of that inside his
Had
tongue.
Alizan faced Oleg before 2017?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't think so.
Yeah,
Maybe they did. Maybe because Alijan was also pretty light when he started, around 80 kilos. So maybe they faced
yeah.
each other some. I am not sure though.
This is something we need to
But yeah,
search.
this any Alijan after like 2023, like it would have been impossible for Oleg.
Yeah, yeah. I'll,
Too
it's
much
still something. Yeah,
hooking. And that I'm saying after watching the Beth Kelly Onyani matches, because the way now Beth Kelly is able to force the hook on Oleg, he's able to curl him in, and because of
I would
that.
say that has happened after accident. How much do you think has Oleg got back? Considering the 2017 Oleg,
Like maybe I would say like maybe he's 85 to 90% of his prime shape.
yeah, that's what I think. And that last 10% matters a lot at high level arm wrestling. It changes the game
Hmm.
completely. So I still think
But
he
but
might have
how?
had chances,
But
but it's
what's
still
the
a brainstorming
percentage gap
session.
between? But what's the percentage gap between Bethkili and Alijan? That's the question that we need to answer.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
Alijan versus I have I don't think I've ever wanted Vitali to lose. Like I almost always root for him. But in this match, I want to see Alijan win this thing, man. Three triple champion, three
Yeah,
weight
I
categories. How
seriously,
amazing that would
that's
be.
what I want to see. But you know,
Yes.
considering the setup and everything, it is very difficult. But Alijan can do anything. But the way low hand this Vitali sets up and everything, I don't know how difficult it will be to curl his wrist and get him into a cup, because I don't see him top rolling
Mm.
Vitali the way he top rolled
No, yeah.
Morozov.
Morozov.
I don't think that
Mm.
can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, even if
Probably,
he's strong enough in the strap to take Vitali's wrist, Vitali does have a flop press, which we saw against Morozov. And as strong as Alijan is, I don't think he'll be, if he gets stuck somewhere in the defensive trying to top roll Vitali, I don't think he'll be able to stop Vitali's flop.
I think, I don't know, probably both might have their wrist straight for a longer time than I expected. And then somehow
Mm.
someone who gets the first surge properly and gets in the position. The good part about Alizan is he's very comfortable letting the match go here and then he starts his hit. And that's where
Mm.
everything changes. So he's completely okay with getting completely externally rotated and then he's going to start hitting from here.
Right. So, how do we compare this with the Ivan Mitishenko tournament matches? There were some small tournaments in Russia that I've seen, and maybe only one that where Vitali like flash pins Ivan Mitishenko quite easily, like in like less than half a second, and Ivan is not even nowhere near close to get setting the hook on Vitali. So, can we say that Alijan's wrist curl right off the go is better than Ivan Mitishenko?
I think so. Ivan uses a lot of setup to get in that wrist curl. His easy. Ivan has that
Mm.
typical style of keeping the hand loose and suddenly jumping into a cup. But Alijan, I
Mm.
guess he the way he trains also with big handles and all those special his AQ. I don't know what the brand name is set up. He is comfortable when curling with big handles, and that's how he trains. So he gets in that full strength zone, wherein I think his cup is stronger than anyone on left. That's a crazy cup.
Yeah, yeah. Even in the Morozov match, I do see. I don't really think that Alijan is also like literally wrist curling people in the Morozov match. I saw that match in slow motion, and it was just like it was not this wrist curl, but it was like just supination the way Alijan set the
A
hook
good
on
hooker,
Morozov. It felt
yeah,
like almost there was for that brief moment there was no contact between their palms. The way he set that hook so
yes,
quickly on Morozov.
yeah. But even that cannot happen with a very strong wrist, because the moment you try to do this, the load, the back pressure load, would suddenly turn your wrist back. So suddenly, him being able to do this has needs that commitment of strong supination plus chop. It is needed in that position. So Alijan is a very good hooker, and yes, he uses his supination. That is where his strong point is. So the supinated cup is very strong, which
Hmm.
gets the top roller out of position.
Right.
And but honestly, I don't know. I cannot see that. I cannot imagine Vitali with his leverage, his big hand, just being turned inside like this. I don't know. For some reason, I cannot imagine that, and I don't know how will the match go in that case. If both are straight and if both the hands are straight, wrists are not curled, where's the match going?
Yeah. I would be so like I would be jumping out of my seat if that happens. Like for a second, the match stops in center, and then like Alijan's wrist curls in, and if it happens, like he will immediately like drag Vitali down. I don't think it will take even a second if the wrist curl sets in.
If we keep Devon versus Vitali's last match aside, how many times has Vitali been hooked in these last few years?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, even in that match, when Devon was asked about it, when Vitali was asked about it, both of them don't really know who initiated the hook. So Vitali, I think, did say that he was like since he tried to contain Devon's top roll, l- like he was the one who was trying to contain Devon's top roll, and he was initiating the hook. I think he did say that in a Body Mania video. So it wasn't really Devon. It wasn't really Devon who forced the hook. It was like Vitali went there because he was not able to top roll
okay,
Devon.
okay, but in that case, are we going to say that Irakli hooked Todd Hutchings and it was not Todd Hutchings who hooked Irakli? Because if a player is making you leave your strongest move and come
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
secondary move, it is whose art.
That's exactly what I also said in the video. But I think Irakli match was different. Irakli was still like going for a top roll, and Todd was like literally catching him with his fingers. So it was like clearly Todd who was forcing the hook there.
No, so what happened was Irakli probably he tried that move, which back pressure move, which he tries for last 3 4 times. I don't know how many times,
Hmm.
which never works, and eventually he was turned inside. So
Hmm.
when he turned inside, that's what I was watching properly, like in slow motion, and I think even Irakli went for it. It
Hmm.
wasn't Todd who was just curling him.
Yeah.
So to get a top roller in that position, that he has to hook, that is a
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah. Yeah. So but that was still the right arm. This is left arm. We assume that Vitali's left may be slightly stronger than his right, but these things are always confusing. Vitali says that they both are kind of equal, and maybe I've heard someone say that his in fact his right may be slightly stronger than his left arm. Let's say both arms are close, but then if both arms, Vitali's left and his right both are close, then Alijan's left has to be as strong as prime peak Devon's right arm. Then he'll be able to beat Vitali,
Yeah,
which is a possibility. Like I won't be
yeah, yeah.
surprised. I
What he
Alijan is a
did to
crazy guy.
Morozov changed
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
I mean,
right.
no one would have expected. I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't seen your live on it, but
Mm.
I don't know how your reaction was when you were watching live.
No. My prediction always been like three flash pins Alijan Muratov. That was always my prediction.
I mean,
I
your
I
reaction. Did you expect
yeah.
him to just easily take him
Yeah,
that
I
easy?
didn't expect it to be that easy. I did. I think I did. But did I say three flash pins or maybe first round a little bit war, like for a few seconds, and maybe I don't remember exactly what I said. But I was despite predicting flash pins, how easily he did it in the first round, I was still kind of surprised. And the top roll was obviously surprising. Without the strap, I could have never imagined that Alijan would pin Morozov without the strap.
I had to watch that match 2 3 times. Let it sink
Hmm.
in that Morozov has been beaten that easily, and I expected Alizan to win, honestly, but not that easy. He almost made Morozov look like a beginner.
So if Alijan wins this match, I have to say that he would do something that has never been done before. Like, of course, Levan is a different species altogether. I would say if you remove Levan from the situation, right? Levan does not exist today, and you put prime 100 kg or 105 kilo John Brezink, like from 20 years ago, 2006 John Brezink that weighed somewhere around 104 5 kilos, into this situation where Levan doesn't even exist and Devon is the champion. John cannot be the. I don't think John can be the champion of three weight categories. 105, yes, he can win. 115, him versus Devon can be close. Maybe it can go either way. But
Yes.
super heavyweight Devon will beat Prime John
Will
Brezink for
be
sure,
there.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. There are.
Prime John Brezink, even if we don't include Levan, I don't think can win three weight categories in today's world. And Alijan, he has the opportunity, he has the chance to do that.
What Alijan is doing is not seen earlier. He can be labeled as the left goat after this. If he beats
Yeah, yeah, surely,
Vitali, he
surely.
should be called the left goat.
Yeah, yeah,
There hasn't been
yeah.
someone who's been dominating as convincingly as Alijan.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to be because man, he has faced number two guy. He's facing number one guy. Imagine if he still stays unpinned. I'm not saying unbeaten. He's unpinned at East versus West. Not even on
Yes.
fouls. I don't think he has done one foul against Ivan Metishenko in the first round.
No, he also did a foul against this guy, Oleg Petrenko, I guess.
Oh, yeah, Petrenko. Yeah, there were some fouls, but still never lost a single round, unbeaten. So
But if we
that's
have to say, Oleg Petrenko has been his toughest match, technically.
yes,
No
yes.
one has been that difficult for Alijan Muratov as as much as Oleg Petrenko.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Dadikan is out of shape right now, but maybe that can happen in the future. Dadikan also has a good hook, but still I don't see him stopping Ali Jan's power.
Dadigan is out of shape on both hands or what? I don't see
Yeah.
him.
He had a back surgery or something. Now he's selling some stuff on his Instagram. I'm not sure what he's selling. The translation was like all over the place, and we don't really see any update from him. Like he's gone for at least for this year. He's gone.
Uh, no, I don't see anyone else beating. If he beats Vitali, it's done. Just crown him the goat of left hand.
What about Devon's
Let him
King's move?
rest. Uh,
What about Devon's King's move?
Got Devin beating Alizan at.
Yeah, can he crack his wrist somewhere? No.
I don't see that happening.
Hmm.
I the way Alizan hits is not. I mean, I haven't seen many people doing that. He literally
Hmm.
goes on hitting from completely externally rotated position,
Yeah, yeah,
and that is yeah. Where who have you seen that? There's another guy that Warsh, Armenian guy. He does that too, but there are hardly anyone else who stylistically. I'm not saying that he's at the level of Alizan,
Hmm.
but you hardly see people doing that, and he goes on hitting like that. So I don't think so. Even Devin, but that is something he should try
Yeah. The
because we
first
haven't
time I
seen him
got
doing anything
yeah.
playing against King's move, right?
Yeah. The first time I got to know that Alijan's wrist doesn't go back was from Devon. I think it was a couple of years ago when Alijan called out Devon from East versus West stage, and Devon took some time to respond, and he was like, "I have to think about that match. I saw many of his matches, and that man's wrist, it cannot, it simply doesn't go back." And I was like, "Okay, if Devon is Devon who takes everyone's wrist, if he's saying Alijan's wrist doesn't go back, then it's serious."
This this main card of East versus West is one of the most exciting ever, in my
Yeah.
opinion, and because an untoppable, top rollable guy against unhookable guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Pro Panja League, what's good? We'll talk about Pro Panja League in the future videos and maybe one match in this video too because Abhas Rana versus Auden is going to happen. So East versus West pay-per-view link is in the description. Use code Pradeep if you want to save $1 on the pay-per-view, and it will help me too. So consider purchasing the pay-per-view and also the extended pass or anything from the East versus West site. code Pradeep is your buddy to give you 5% off. So
I use that always.
yeah, thank you for making me rich, $1 rich per pay per view.
I'm I'm going to take everything back when I meet you.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about the Auden versus Abhas Rana November match. I've heard it's going to happen in late November after the Worlds. How do you see that match going?
Abbas is going to take him. I haven't seen Auden doing good against very strong side pressure guys. The way Abbas is handling everyone nowadays, I would give him a lot of chances. Especially Abbas's wrist doesn't go back easily. Wha- Even against Yuvraj, who's doing really great at the very moment. Yuvraj's pronation, hand, and wrist is on another level now. Still,
Mm.
he wasn't able to take Abbas very easily. The match got stuck for a long enough, like at least for 15, 20, 30 seconds. So I what I feel is Abbas is going to take center. Auden is going to get into a king's move, and when Abbas starts surging the way he does, his heart surges. He might go in an illegal position, or he might end up in elbow foul.
Mm.
That is what I think might happen.
Yeah, I disagree with one thing that you said that Abhas Rana's wrist doesn't go back easily because Kim Kima takes his wrist every time, and Yuvraj was not able to finish him because of Abhas Rana's arm power. Like his wrist was like completely bent back, even though he competed in the junior category, so he had long matches with Kim Kima and Abhas and Yuvraj was almost fresh. But the wrist we have seen go back, and especially I would like to compare the season 2 match between Abhas and Kim Kima, where it was a war, even though Abhas won 3-0. Like he was literally vomiting after the match. He was throwing up. That's how difficult the match was for him. And then a couple of months, or I don't know exactly how much after that, I saw a match between Denik, who's like a 85 kg guy, versus Kim Kima. And Denik was like treating Kim Kima like he doesn't even know how to arm wrestle.
So if you look at Kim Kima's style, he's very tough for hook pullers.
Hookers.
Even for someone like me, Kim Kima is going to be an extremely tough guy.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a match with Denik. It is going to happen on 1st of September, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll
so
we'll
yeah,
talk
coming back
about
to
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So coming back to Kim Kima, Kim Kima's style is extremely tough for a hook puller. He has a
Hmm.
very thick thumb of the size of a ball. So he has a ball fit here and a small hand, and all he's going to do is he's going to go here. That's it.
Hmm.
And that he has a very strong lock here.
Hmm.
But for a top roller, he still has a lot of place here too. He has a small hand. So a top roller might handle Kim Kima way better than a hook puller. For a
Kim,
hook
you
puller,
said
Kim
Kim
Kima,
Kima has a small hand. You're talking about
his
length?
fingers are small. His
Okay.
fingers aren't that big, but
Yeah.
his hand is very thick, but not
Yeah.
very tall. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
big.
Long.
You
Yeah.
understand?
I
Lengthwise,
yeah.
it's
I
a
was I
thick
was
hand.
thinking like Kim Kima's hand is like wider than Dennis Siplenkov.
Yeah,
And I
he
heard you
might
say
turn into
he has a
one.
small hand. Yeah. So Kim
For
Kima, for
some,
those of
even
you,
even
yeah, if you don't know,
if
Kim Kima is 16 or 17 years old. He's from India and
yeah.
he weighs like almost 120 kilos and a great top roller. He almost beat, like he did pin Abbas at this event, I guess. Abbas, and then Abbas came back and beat him
No, so it
the
was a big
nationals.
elbow foul, but
Foul, yeah, foul,
everyone has to look out for that guy. He's going to
yeah,
show some magic even at Worlds. I'm telling you, Kim
yeah,
Kima is crazy. He's just like 16, 17, and now he has become a threat for everyone in India.
yeah,
Have you seen how he handled Dilshad? Crazy.
yeah,
He
yeah,
just finished like nothing.
yeah,
So he's
yeah,
growing year by year.
yeah.
Crazy.
16,
He's a
17 year
Hulk.
old guy, like, yeah, and he's already very solid, almost
You need
like
to
he's
check him
like
out.
closing in on Abhas Rana.
A
So
crazy
you
talent
think,
coming up in India.
yeah, this match is going to happen, Kyle versus Kim Kima. Maybe in some other stream we're going to talk about this. So you think that Kim Kima is no Abhas is going to beat Auden Larrett? That's what your prediction is.
I think Auden Larrett, the way he plays, he's going. The match is going to get into a King's move.
Hmm.
There's no way it is going to stay out of King's move because Auden cannot challenge Abbas's center. So
Hmm.
he has to rely on his King's move. I'll be very surprised if Auden is being able to match his center. But I think that won't happen. And then once he opens up, Abbas has the habit of surging, right? So Abbas, very, so I would say Abbas is amongst the very few hook pullers who has a stronger offense than defense. His offense is
Hmm.
very strong. His
Hmm.
surges are very difficult to stop. So if he can stop, and then there might be a chance. But otherwise, I think Abbas will take him.
Hmm. So if this match was already being talked about for a long time, let's say if this match happened 15 months ago, would the result, in your opinion, have been any
Yeah,
different?
yeah. And at that time, Abbas did not have that much international. Experience of super
Super match
matches.
experience. Yeah.
Now he has played more than how many 5, 6 super matches. So he knows
Hmm.
how to deal and how to handle that pressure. Again, he has Yuvraj there to train with if needed,
Hmm.
and who has a crazy good setup. The way Auden sets up, all low
Yeah.
hand, high, then a bit supinated, then going back. So everything
Yeah.
can be done. I think still I would give Abbas a good chance. Not saying Auden cannot do anything. Of course, Auden he is a very smart arm wrestler himself, and he has Devon on his side. And of course, they are going to do all the manipulation in the setup. So Abbas has to be very watchful about that. But because if the only thing that can trouble Abbas from the very first round is the setup, because strength
Right.
wise, I feel Abbas is beating Auden. But that setup thing, that's where everything is going to be decided for Auden in the initial rounds. Later, Auden has way more experience, I think.
Hmm. Right. Yeah, I hope it's a good match. I hope so. And what's next for these arm wrestlers? Like if Abhas wins this one, who would you want to see him go up against next? I'm talking about international arm wrestlers. And what if Orden beats Abhas? Who's next for him? I think in this case we can say maybe Yuvraj. If we're just talking about Indian arm wrestlers,
Yeah,
Orden
yeah.
versus Yuvraj can be the match if Orden beats Abhas. But for Abhas, if he wins this match, if he loses this match, what are the next options for him?
I think Abhas, like once he beats Auden, there has to be some WAF junior champion he has to face first, or maybe a youth champion or junior champion, or that guy. There's a rivalry between Abbas and a 90 kg Georgian guy.
Bacho,
What's his name?
Digmilashvili.
Bacho Digminashvili.
Yeah.
Bacho.
Yeah.
So, but he has leveled up way too much lately. Like
Hmm.
Bachi is, and he's looking out for Abbas. So if
Yeah.
he beats him convincingly, why not go for that? They
Yeah,
do have a
I think
nice.
that Bacho has been winning his category since then, since he lost to Abhas at Worlds. But still, he's a smaller guy. At that time, they were I think even then Abhas was bigger, and now too he's Abhas is going to be like at least 25
Bacho is
pounds
around
bigger than him.
85, 90. Abbas is
Yeah.
95, 100.
Okay, he has lost some weight now, I guess, because
Yeah, so yeah, probably the Auden match is going to be above 100, I guess. So he might gain weight
105,
for
I
it.
think it is 105.
Yeah, 105. So
So if Pro Punja League has asked for 105 kilos, then it means Abhas is weighing that much because Auden walks around at 100. Why is this match happening at 105 then?
I don't know. Maybe Abbas might have cut down for Mazair because Mazair was going to 100 kg,
Yes, yes, 100
and
kilos.
now he has to,
That's
or
very.
maybe his more comfortable weight might be around 105. But
Hmm.
from what I remember during weigh-ins, probably his weight was what people told me was around 97 or something. But later he
Yeah,
might
yeah.
have gained back.
Hmm. Right, right.
He wasn't even 100, I guess.
Auden versus Abhas will be in November. So someone was writing Engin versus Dara plus Pradeep. I'm going to be useless in this situation. So it will be Engin versus Dara.
No, I don't want to take that. I'll put
Yeah.
Engin versus Shwetan Grishevsky. I want to see that match badly. It is
Hmm.
going to be such a good match.
Right. Even though Roman ain't around much these days, I would like to see him versus Pradeep. Yeah, Roman, no, that's now you're underestimating too much. You know Roman Gamtenadze, the GVW guy, the Georgian translator.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah, yeah,
You had a beef with him?
yeah. I'm weak, but not that weak. Like Roman versus me, I don't think it will be a good match. Yeah,
No, you'll take him on left,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
on
yeah.
left.
Right too, right too. I don't think he's going to beat me on the right. Yeah.
Just call for it whenever you get a chance to meet him next. Just organize a super
Yeah.
match directly.
Yeah, we have been live for 1 hour. I'll ask you if you have something more to say. But before that, in the future, I will probably do another live stream within next 10 days. I would guess maybe before East versus West to just in 5 minutes give our final predictions because there is a prize money if for someone who predicts all of the matches correctly. They're going to fly him over to the to the next event, I guess, in China or
China.
so. There's some offer like that. So and also we are going to talk about some training topics in detail and the rules. Dara and I love to talk about the rules, especially the King's move and flop press rules. What needs to be
Yes.
changed, what needs to be done. We'll be discussing all of these topics in the future, and much more to come. Anything you want to say, Dara, before we say our final goodbye to the viewers?
Just start following Indian arm wrestling closely. We are going to surprise you guys a lot, and look out for guys who are playing in juniors, sub juniors, youth. They'll be the first people to surprise you. People like the names I've told you: Abbas Rana, Kim Kima. These guys are crazy. They're going to even
Yeah,
even
Danik.
even Steve Thomas. These
Yeah.
these names you should remember. They might surprise you guys in the World Championship. So yeah,
Mm,
keep following Indian arm wrestling.
yeah. And Dara too. Your style, man, for tournaments like it gets messy, but super match you're the super match king. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I love super matches. Longer the match,
yeah,
better. I
yeah, yeah,
love being on table. I want to see people getting tired in front of me, my
yeah.
opponents.
Mm, yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for joining, and thanks to the viewers as well for joining this stream. We will see you
Thank you so
again.
much, brother. Yeah,
Bye.
yeah, brother.